Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name is Paul Young. I'm just going to walk you through trends and some other information around the trucking sector for September 2025. Here's my agenda. Most of it will be focused on stats. I'll give you my perspective of some of the information I've seen, including AI, just the trends around sales orders, just the overall economy, because trucking is a good indicator of what's going on in terms of the economic conditions. Here's my bio about myself. As you can see, I've got a diverse background. I've been working in finance related positions for over 35 years. This gives you a good example of some of the trend lines on the various CAS index, which is the shipments, expenditures, and freight rates. And you can see some ups and down swings. You can see some decreases, especially on the shipment side. There's been a decline over the last few months. And if you look at the expenditure side, you're also seeing a decline too as well. The freight rates have been very interesting because fuel costs have come down. However, there's other factors going into freight costs in general. This gives you a good example of Class 8 truck sales. So they're down almost 15% since August, year over year. They came in under almost 17,900 units. That's a little bit of a decrease from July, but a significant decrease from June. And as you can see, there's been some struggles with Class 8 truck sales for the last few months. And a lot of that has to do with organizations holding back capital expenditure just due to the sluggish nature of the economy. This is another look at the medium truck sales, and this is another good one because the medium truck sales tend to go into other areas where you get into more of a utility type of truck. And if you look at that, you can see the trend. And if you look at the baseline of May 2025, we've been in a decrease mode for the last 4 months, and that's significant in terms of what's going on. That means capital expenditures are being held back, and they're impacting key players in the marketplace like Freightliner, Ford, International Trucks, and you're seeing that too as well within this chart. This is the trailer stuff. This gives you some examples in the trailer orders, and they can be sporadic depending on the life cycle of the trailers. And you're going to see back in 2022, we were up a significant amount of order, but it could have been at that time when they were doing a lot of replacement. But what's consistent is since March 2025, there's been a huge fall off in the orders, and that's significant, right? And if you look at this, the trend in the trend, especially in June, is we've been in a decrease mode for the last little bit, and that ties into what we're seeing and what I've seen in the warehousing and other aspects. I've seen a lot of concerns with like UPS and other ones that are doing route optimization and other things on their operations. And that's critical in terms of getting hold of their operational costs. And that is a trend that's been happening quite significantly because margins are so tight in the logistics area. They're always looking for ways to shave cost and look at ways to optimization of their routes. If you look at the trends on this, the operating costs have gone up. Like fuel itself has come down a bit, but it's still significant. The cost of fleet management is still a significant challenges, and it's something to bear in mind as well when you look at this stuff as well. This just gives you some examples of AI in terms of use cases and that. I have not seen one trucking firm, whether that's Schneider National, whether that's Werner Enterprises, whether that's Transforce, that aren't doing some sort of investment in AI as part of the overall management of their data, optimization of route demand planning. It's all part of that. We're not getting away from AI, but these seem to be the most targeted areas of focus. Here's some key stocks. Now, I just took this recently. It just gives you the ranking on revenue. And as you can see, Amazon's the big one, but that makes sense because they're a heavy e-commerce. But if you look at Robinson, GXO, Logistics, JB Hunt, UPS, and all that, and you're looking at their revenue and just looking at their employee count, like UPS has done a lot of where they've closed some regional locations and done a lot of consolidation. I've seen a lot of work happening with Kuhn and Nagel as well. So there's a lot of going around with route optimization, around looking at their logistics, scaling back where they can. And I haven't seen one entity that hasn't done some sort of cost savings plan. This is how you can get a hold of me. I did this video just quickly to give you some insight because the trucking sector gives you a lot of indication of what's going on with the economy. Thank you.